she's.
Whoa.
Oh no! Don't be smoking on. Don't be choking on camera. Shout out to Maker. This is House Party featuring Sumo.
Hey. Love it. Love it, man. Yes. Welcome back.
Ooh, before we even go any further, it would be a disjustice if I didn't say Happy June 27th. Happy birthday,
yes.
Today's big Houston hip hop.
Happy birthday.
Yes. Shout out to Nemo. Who all came together for the legendary and iconic June 27th freestyle. It was on his birthday.
Yeah.
His group. And
Awesome.
other niggas gathered to spit fire.
Yes, that was a day in history.
Famous day.
Famous day in history. Yes, absolutely. For real.
You guys used to watch the Chappelle show?
Of course. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's how I got that from. The famous day and hookup history.
Yeah.
Different little hookup stories and shit.
Yeah, that's right.
So, tell me about this microdosing.
We are back and we're going to talk about microdosing.
I'm sorry, y'all.
And
I just hit my pipe and it took me to
a whole different level.
Yes.
Y'all,
love it. The voices were just all muffled in the background, and I just had to.
Okay, we need you to come back down.
Take it all
breathe in through the nose.
Come back down so we can finish the show.
Okay. Woo! So microdosing.
Yes,
Microdosing.
Are you smoking responsibly?
I am.
There's a little irresponsibility going on over there.
I almost passed out though, because man, this is 98% THC.
Yeah.
You guys, we talked about the concentrate.
Okay.
98%.
Yes, that concentrate. What's that? Blackberry.
It's blackberry.
Oh my god.
Blackberry Kush or something.
I'm scared.
It's good. Hit it hard because it probably needs charging.
You can't be scared.
Yeah, you gotta take it. It tastes so good too. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yes.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Take it on in.
Yes. So microdosing.
Microdosing.
Well, let's start off like with the
What
history.
is microdosing?
What is well, the use of marijuana, in theory, as a therapeutic form. So, its therapeutic doses is considered microdosing because you're not just sitting there smoking a whole blunt, 3.5 grams, not being right. So,
Wait a minute, don't be throwing.
got you.
3 point, like, don't be throwing numbers and stuff. Okay? 3.5, you
an
get
eight.
in.
3.5 is an 8, and nobody needs to smoke a whole 8 in one go. Unless you're doing a Happy Beach Party 2000.
Okay, we rolling the big Titans. We rolling double Titans.
Woo! That was a day.
Yes.
In infamy.
Oh
yeah, we're
we're not
2010.
gonna say. No, we're not even gonna say. So it was in 2000.
It was in the 2000s, and we used to roll hella blunts, 2 feet long.
Yeah,
type shit.
Those were the days.
days.
But that is not responsible.
No, it's not, and it's not microdosing.
This is what we're talking
We're
about.
examples of what's not.
Right. That's what's not.
She said, "What's not microdosing?"
So microdosing is a reliable, efficient method for managing symptoms as far as pain, because a lot of people have certain diseases or chronic symptoms that follow them throughout the day. You don't want to end up in a situation where you're overdosing yourself the entire 24-hour period. So actually taking smaller doses of cannabis every few hours is what we call microdosing.
Yeah.
So instead of starting off the normal regular dose of something would be 5 to 10 grams. Any dispensary you go to, you buy an edible, everything is always
5 grams per serving or 10
grams per serving. So each square of chocolate is milligrams.
Yeah.
Each square of chocolate holds exactly 10 milligrams of THC. So therefore, for each square, how much the total package is 100
so they're 8
milligrams.
squares, they're
80 milligrams, 10 squares, 100 milligrams. And so you literally could just eat a square every few hours, see how you feel. Has the pain reduced? Has the anxiety or whatever symptom that you're treating, is it better? Is it constant? And then you can take another dose.
Yeah,
So
I feel like you need
this
it.
was a method for managing symptoms that goes all the way back to like 1000 AD. The Chinese.
See,
I know it. They managed symptoms while trying to avoid the psychoactive effects of cannabis. So they were very
Isn't
aware.
that where cannabis was originally found?
China.
Something in China?
Yes.
Yeah.
Supposedly. I would believe Africa, since, Africa seems to be
Everything
the
came from
cradle of
there,
civilization.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe it was exported to China.
Yeah.
Could have
been.
But
the Chinese
anyway,
been around a minute too now.
They have been. Right. So it was an early Chinese surgeon. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name. I think it was Tuo was his last name.
Okay.
So,
Tao.
Tao or Tu or
Tuo.
Tuo. He's actually credited with being the very first person on record to use cannabis as an anesthetic.
Oh.
So they were aware in
Wow.
140
80.
yeah, that cannabis had anesthetic properties. So that meant that it was a pain reliever.
Yeah.
So he reduced the plant to a powder form and would mix it with wine and administer it prior to putting to conducting the surgery.
Infused wine.
Yes, which we do, y'all. We infuse wine and
Yeah.
vodka and
look.
yes, and that is a medicinal form because whenever you take alcohol and cannabis, you make a tincture. And then now you consider it a medicated solution, a medical
it's
solution.
no longer
It's no
alcohol.
longer alcohol. It's a medical tincture. So that's what's great about it, because you literally could be taking shots and making cocktails with your medical tincture,
Sure can.
and you're not going to get in trouble and be charged with alcohol because it's not.
Yeah.
So, fun fact. So yeah, this Dr. Tu had reduced it to the powder form and used it with wine and would give it to his patients before surgery. And do you know the name, the Chinese term for anesthesia literally means cannabis intoxication.
Are you
What?
serious?
Yes.
Wow.
That is the Chinese word for anesthesia translates as cannabis intoxication.
Oh wow, anesthesia.
That's amazing.
I wonder if they're using it in their anesthesia now and stuff. Who knows what time
Who
is
knows?
going over there?
Right. They have so much
Seriously.
different,
Running TikTok for sure.
herbs.
Okay, besides
what the fuck
TikTok,
is
who
that?
knows?
So the Chinese
That's
evidence proves that they had a very early knowledge and understanding of the narcotic properties of cannabis, which we've discussed
Yes, we have.
thoroughly. And you can find that previous podcast. Just look us
and
up.
look on YouTube, Class in Session with Purple Dame.
Right,
All
where we
our
talk-
episodes are on YouTube.
Yeah, they are.
So we definitely went into great depth about the medical effects of cannabis, and part of it being an analgesic, a pain reliever, or a narcotic, a pain reducer, inflammation, anti-inflammatory. So Chinese evidence proves that they had that knowledge way back when. And it was also used, the meaning, part of the meaning in the first millennium BC, they said ma, and that was used as a secondary meaning to the word, which meant numbness or senselessness. So again, ma, that's it brings you into that state. So such a strong drug suggested that, Chinese pharmacists knew
the benefits of use.
Exactly. And they made a distinction between the sativa and indica. They actually preferred the cannabis indica because, of course, that has more of the analgesic properties, that couch lock, that myrcene as the terpene.
It relaxes all the muscles.
Exactly. And myrcene helps with sleep.
Yeah, with sleep.
So indica strains contain more of those terpenes.
Yeah.
And that has an effect on you as well.
Sense. Yeah.
So in order to get the medical benefits of cannabis, when it comes to microdosing, you're consuming very small, or what they would even consider trace amounts. Some people would start with even as small as a half a gram of the drug.
Wow.
You know, well, especially okay. Let's say, for instance,
What we gonna do when they have
half a gram, put it in your pipe or put it in your vape pen, vaporize that
This is
shit.
for people that probably are doing medicinal,
Right.
treatments.
Right,
Stuff
you're
like
not
that.
just doing
You're
it
not
for the pleasure. You're
recreational.
literally just
Yeah.
trying to get the medical
get the
benefits
pain
out of it.
down,
Right.
to get the
So let's say
anxiety.
you start off with like a 25% THC strain. Let me say you start off with some Gorilla Glue number 4. Instead of like rolling up a full, 1 to 2 gram blunt and sitting there and smoking the whole thing, you literally could just start with, well, let me just take three or 4 hits of that blunt, put it out. Let me see how I feel. Put it out!
Oh my God.
And if you don't want to put it out,
right?
actually do it in a pen, a vape pen, or a little pipe. So, and I found that when I use the pipe, you literally can smoke on that same half a gram the entire freaking day.
I just feel like you don't get the I don't know what.
It
to
really
taste
is
my
weed.
weed.
You
But
really
you
can
taste it.
I don't know.
You really
in the
do
pipe,
taste it.
For some reason,
You
I just feel like
it's just
I think-
conditioning.
Yes,
Like
it
we
is.
have been
Because
so
the pipe
used
is
to-
it's so pure.
there are all these other
all
ways
you're
to
doing
smoke,
is
but
smoking the
we've been
cannabis.
so used to rolling it up and smoking it that way, and
Right.
I still I really like
it's like
to
a
roll up
therapeutic
and
thing,
exactly. Even though I know that the pipe will probably do me good because I hit the pipe and use less weed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I put it in a
I'm gonna
blunt.
be honest and say it. I feel cracked.
There you go.
When I
See
smoke, I'm
the
gonna be the
stigma
person
behind the
saying,
pipe. There
Here's
you
a
go.
pipe, and it's like,
I used to be
close.
teased for that. I used to smoke
Yeah.
back in the day when nobody else did it. I had the glass pipe, and everybody
She
was like,
looked like she was smoking crack.
That's what I'm saying. Like that shit was like
Everybody,
I didn't
she was
care.
like, she'd be like, "You want to hit it?" And everybody be like, "Oh,
Man.
what the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
She didn't give a damn. She was smoking.
I don't know
That
what it is.
it's so good.
It did.
So
It was like
hard.
it
Oh my
vaporized
God.
it, right?
It was amazing. It was called Ubi. I don't even know if they make them anymore.
Yeah.
The Ubi pipes. I gotta Google
Yeah.
that. It was the high was.
It was good.
It
It
was
was
so
good.
amazing.
Once
A
you
glass
get
pipe.
past
You put the
the,
weed in the glass pipe.
I smoked out of glass pipe before,
And you just
but
hold the
when
flame
I do
under
it,
it,
I just feel
like crack. You do.
yeah.
But I mean, it's amazing. Wow, crack
That's what
people.
people, the
Crack
crack
people.
say.
Crack.
Crackheads are onto something.
Crackheads are onto
people.
something.
I just said crack people. Those are refined
I'm
crackheads.
not a crackhead, so
Oh,
you know, I don't know the lingo, the jingos,
Yeah,
but
you
you
know,
know.
I don't know the lingo either, but I've never.
Oh my god.
I never call them crack people.
Crack-
But, you know, that's
That's
some
old generation of people.
Well, don't coin that, okay? My
You're
bad.
not gonna coin that one.
No, we're
Okay.
gonna go on and just move right
So
on.
anyway, with microdosing, you begin with a very low dose. And you gradually increase it in small increments throughout like a 24-hour period until you actually reach that effective level. Like it's like, oh, okay, well, this is where
it
this is where
so
it is.
this is how much I need in order to get to that level.
Exactly.
But want to be different depending on the actual strength of the strain.
Yes, I'm so glad that you brought that up.
Thank you. I'm a big
So
student.
you are always.
So when selecting a strain for microdosing, it's really important to look for strains that have, I would do a high THC content, but also high CBD ratio. So you're looking for strains that have a pretty nice balance, or maybe even a higher CBD, depending on if you want just more of like the body high, the body medicinal benefits. CBD provides a lot of that without the psychoactive part. So you might want to have a higher CBD to THC, but then if you really are into the psychoactive, you don't mind the actual high,
Then the
THC
dominant.
could be dominant, but still try to get an even balance because that helps when you're again doing the micro dosing.
It's called symmetry, right? And everything works together to make it better.
Synergy.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Synergy.
Guys, you're learning.
I remember it.
Right. So a microdose should typically be between like 1 to 5 milligrams. So for instance, when we do our infusions, we normally start off with like 10 milligrams.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, be for real.
That's like standard anyway, right?
So we try to go with the standard, but if you're someone that's new to cannabis, especially new to maybe a purple dank mixer, whatever serving that you get, I would half it. Just to take it easy, especially when you're being introduced to something for the first time. Even a new strain, you're not just gonna want to
Irresponsibly dive in.
That lemon pound in California. We were on a rooftop hotel in Cali.
Oh my god!
Smoked a whole blend of. It was London pound cake or lemon pound cake.
Yeah.
It was 32% THC.
Wow.
It was so good. It was lemon something. It was lemon pound cake.
Pipe.
No, we smoked a blunt and we were out there on the roof.
I'm trying to get a visual.
Yeah.
It's like we broke out into
giggles,
hysterical laughing.
I literally
She
was
couldn't
laughing
walk.
so hard
She
I
was
couldn't walk.
crawling.
I had to
crawling
crawl
to the elevator.
to the elevator because
we
I
were
could not
dying
stand
of
up
laughing.
because we were laughing so
Oh
hard.
my God.
And don't even know what
I don't
we
know
were
what
laughing at,
about,
but it was
funny.
really
It was
funny.
funny as hell. Shit, I remember that.
So that wasn't very responsible.
No.
You know,
we don't recommend that.
no.
We
If we were smart, we would have just literally done half of what we had consumed.
we weren't thinking about being
No.
responsible enough.
No.
We were just
No.
like, fuck it.
Hey, we're in
let's
Cali,
smoke.
32%,
Yeah,
yeah.
on this rooftop,
Girl,
smoke this
mountains
rooftop
were
out.
moving while we were
Literally.
driving, like
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah, get out the way.
Right?
That was getting out the way, boy. It was nice.
Yes.
It was definitely a good
Okay, so
experience.
you start off like with 1 to 5 milligrams per dose, and you gradually increase probably by a milligram or 5 each time, depending on how you feel or how you want to feel. You wait at least an hour before taking more, and you know, there you have it. That's microdosing in a nutshell. Some of the benefits of actually using cannabis in that way, you get to actually experience the relief. You know, you actually get to be like, oh wow, at this
I
point,
feel this happening.
right, or my pain level has actually decreased, and I know now that it was at the 4th hit,
Yeah.
which was really at 6 milligrams.
Yeah, so this microdosing really seems like it's just perfect for people, medical patients.
Right.
People that are actually trying to use it to help them
Relieve symptoms from whatever diseases, chronic pain, anxiety, depression, whatever you've been having difficulty managing. Microdosing cannabis can really help for you to receive like a constant, steady, low dose throughout the entire day. So instead of just having one big hit,
Yeah, like we smoke a whole blunt.
right, and like, whoa, I'm really effed up,
Yeah.
or you know,
There's no way that you're gonna feel that. Oh,
Right.
it hit me at this
but
point.
you'll still
it
feel
hit me.
high.
Yeah, you're gonna be high to the motherfucker. But the thing is, you're not gonna be able to realize that at this point I was feeling this.
Right.
And at that
So,
point, you know.
For you to get an idea of what dosage is right for you, start with microdosing and just build your way up. And you know that microdosing plays a huge part even in our cannabis business, our catering. You know,
Absolutely.
we
can't-
definitely don't overdo
Yes,
or
you
overdose
can't
any.
feel like that.
Right. We
You know,
start off
it's-
maybe the cocktail might have
We want y'all
5
to come back
milligrams.
and enjoy again. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be
the
all of it.
appetizers, the finger foods would have no more than maybe 5-10 milligrams per serving, and you would build. So you start off light, maybe then followed by the entree. The entree might actually have anywhere from maybe 10 to 50 milligrams. And then dessert, another, 10-20 milligrams.
Yeah, after dessert cocktail, another.
Right. So you gradually upped the
Instead of
ante
taking it all at once.
instead of taking it all at once. So by the end of your night, by the end of your 4-hour experience, because most of our mixers last about 4 hours.
3 to 4 hours.
So you actually get to have the onset and the full effect before tapering off,
Yeah.
and before we kick y'all out the door.
Send y'all on the way.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It works, and I think like when you microdose, especially when it comes to edibles, you stay more focused, you feel a definite like boost in your energy and your mood levels. I think it definitely elevates your mood, keeps you pretty happy. I mean, I've had people literally come up to us at the end of an event talking, I feel so happy right now. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Or call us how many days later still talking about how well they slept.
Yeah, and how long they were high for.
Exactly.
It's always,
Yeah. Imagine
longer
you
than
came
you
to a
probably
purple
expect.
Dank event mixer and you chilled for 4 hours, had some beautiful, delicious foods and
In
drinks,
a nice atmosphere, in a
and
nice
stay
atmosphere.
high for about 24 to 48 hours later. I mean, you can't freaking beat that. You can't beat that.
If that's what you're looking for, we got it.
Yeah,
We got it.
girl. So, I love microdosing. I prefer it now. I think because I'm older, because I'm more mature, I've realized I don't need to go so hard when it comes to cannabis.
Definitely.
And so, I'm sorry, if you, our trip to Vegas, if y'all actually saw when we went to Planet 13 and all that weed that I bought, I still have them.
She makes me sick. I can't stand her.
I bought,
I'll be done with my weed. And so much more. I gotta go to her like, hey,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm definitely a microdosing girl, and I stay lit, and it feels good, and I'm functional. I can continue to make my infusions and concentrates and host parties and develop new ideas and work my regular day job, and I'm lit, I'm straight, and nobody's the wiser.
They have no idea
part.
because there's nobody can smell the weed,
Right?
Nobody
can smell it. Nobody can taste it.
Yeah,
and that's one of the things that we get back is great feedback. Like they didn't even taste it. They had no idea that
there's
something
weed in there.
Yeah. So shout out to ourselves at Purple Day.
Hey, shout out to Purple Day. Hey.
And I think that's I mean, what else? So I've noticed it improves creativity. It gives you more of an elevated state of mind for a longer period of time instead of like coming down and then going right back up.
Yeah.
If you're microdosing like every few hours throughout the day, then you can control your high and stay at the level instead of having the up and downs.
Yeah. I never thought about it like that because it's always up and down. Either you're high or then you're not high.
No, but if you're microdosing,
you can have probably a steady high throughout the day.
Exactly.
I love that. But you know what? I was telling you the other day that I think that I'm always high. Like, because of all the weed that I've consumed and keep consuming, on a regular basis, it's like it's just inside of me.
Yeah.
It's all coursing through my body. And so I feel like I don't know, because, like what is it to be sober and to not be high? I don't know.
We've created our own baseline.
Yeah, we
definitely
have.
We have our own baseline.
Yeah. Where you like to operate.
Yeah, the level that we're at. So, y'all can't get to our level, but we can teach you.
You can try by ordering.
You can try.
We have to charge.
Yeah, we'll have to charge.
Like, please say, please.
And people pay.
Yeah.
For such an experience.
Definitely.
You understand?
So that was our lesson on microdosing.
Yes.
And again, some of the points, if you start slow, start low, start slow, start low, and then gradually increase until you get to the desired level of high. of impact that you like. Okay, this is it. This is the level that I'm comfortable at.
Yeah.
Okay.
It helps you save on your product.
Yeah.
You're not just using it all up.
Hell yeah! And in today's economy, where inflation is a motherfucker,
we need to
prices,
hold on to our medicine.
And especially if you're buying at the dispensary, you know how expensive weed is.
Yeah.
Plus that tax. Okay.
Exactly.
So microdosing can definitely save
and make it last longer.
Right?
Who doesn't like it? I love it.
Okay. All right. So what else?
That is all for today. We want to.
Yeah, we don't want to overwhelm you guys.
So join us. We hope you guys
one
something.
Serious topic per session.
Yeah,
you can't handle more than that.
It's so much more. It's so much more involved, but we can get to it. Thank you guys for coming and tuning in.
Love you, gangsters.
And we'll see y'all next time.